Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
And I'm Carter Glasscock.
Hell yeah, the boys are back. And
You ready for this configuration again?
Yeah.
America?
we've been holding out on you.
We're worldwide. Come on.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, actually.
You're America plus 3?
Australia, Norway,
Shout out
Cuba.
to Ireland. Yeah.
See,
Shout out to the UK.
You guys know where we're reaching. I looked today. I Googled Goods from the Woods reviews because I wanted a little pick-me-up or a talking to, and I couldn't find it. I feel like fucking grandpa on the computer. Like, how do I make the AOL work?
Well, these folks tweet at us, and you can click
That
on
I do
you
see.
can click on their
That I
thing,
do
and it'll
see.
show you where they live. But before we go any further, we have to bring in our guest in the damn studio for the first time since our second Celebrity Albums episode, so many moons ago. He is the host of the preeminent 90s hip-hop podcast review, Swatches and Boomboxes, my friend.
Neil Charles.
Welcome back, Neil. How are you?
I'm great.
Fuck yeah, man.
Oh man,
Hello,
thank you for that
hello.
intro.
Oh, of course. Well, thank you
Like,
for...
I'm not worthy. Man.
Well,
Oh, of course.
I was going to say, well, thank you for having me on. For anybody that hasn't listened to it, for letting me talk for 4 hours about Stankonia during the
people still
pandemic.
talk to me about that when they're like, "Oh, we really like that episode because it was one of those times."
Who doesn't like Outkast? If you don't like Outkast, you're un-American. Get the fuck out of here.
Whenever I do like a podcast with Rivers, I'm always like, "How the fuck do you know that? How do you
Yeah.
know that?" Rivers?
Like I told,
I'm like that with him on the way to like a Norm's or something.
I have no skills. I can't speak Spanish. I can't fix a car. But I can tell you, what Big Boy said in an interview that I saw once in 2000.
Real quick though, what's better, Stankonia or Aquemini?
I think I said on the episode probably Aquemini, but it's almost like a situation of Jaws versus Jurassic Park, where I know in my heart Jaws is a better movie.
Stankonia has the more of the cultural influence, but
because-
Aquemini is like the better pure record.
Yeah, Stankonia is where I came on board.
Right.
Like I came on board with Spielberg with Jurassic Park, so that's always going to be solidified. But I love Jaws. I love Aquemini. That's kind of how I rate it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think Southern Cadillac Music.
Oh yeah, sure,
Dude,
My
That was a good
favorite.
one.
It's my favorite.
That's-
I think.
AT Aliens was the one in high school though.
That was my favorite.
That's the shit.
That
man.
was my favorite.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, then that's the thing. They had the foresight maybe to just kind of like, all right, we're going to drop like 5 good ones and then Idlewild and then get out.
Yeah.
So they're kind of frozen in amber, to reference Jurassic Park again. But
They also,
Big Boy's still out there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Sir Lucius
Anti-
Left Foot was good.
He doesn't.
Yeah. I like
oh no,
that.
he just put out a new one, Big Sleepover with him and Sleepy Brown. That's pretty good.
Does he rap about how he doesn't like the vaccine?
I think they recorded it before all that happened.
No,
So.
they couldn't have. He's been on this for years now.
Who is?
Big Boy's a fucking vaccine
Oh
denier.
no, we don't need to know this.
He tweets about it.
That's
Sometimes.
a fucking bummer.
I think he realized it was a bad idea and hasn't been hitting it as much, but occasionally he'll reference it when he's trying to sell his owls and shit. He breeds owls, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
had no idea he was so.
He's an animal breeder and
Okay.
he sells them.
wait. Hold on. What is the practical use of an owl?
They're just cool looking.
Yeah, just
When
to
he
look
was-
like a badass.
They're wise.
When he performed at the Super Bowl a couple years back, there's a point when he puts his arm out and a bird and comes and just flies to his arm.
Okay, wait. Okay,
Remember?
so
You guys remember this? I remember.
don't, but I love that. Is there a possibility? Is there a possible world where Big Boy started raising owls specifically for that
They
moment?
just
Maybe.
terrorize small animals.
Why would you, like,
It's like if you got a mouse problem,
They
they're
look
good for that.
crazy. They look
Like
crazy.
outside of cartoons, owls are horrible, ferocious.
Yeah.
Killers.
Like they eat other birds. They're a bird of prey.
yeah.
What if
They-
you?
They're not patient. They have 3 licks of a Tootsie Roll Pop and then they eat it.
What if
Fuck
you're
them.
trying to open up a really hip barn? You need a designer.
You gotta
owl.
move. You gotta move to Nashville.
Oh, I was
baby.
going to
Open up a
say,
hip
well,
barn.
that's not out of the question in Atlanta for sure.
Yeah. Well,
think
people from here move to Atlanta or Nashville and open up a hip barn.
I think actually, shout out to my friend Sean. He got married in a wedding space that I would describe as a hip barn.
Hey, The Hip Barn.
in Marietta. Yeah, so
Wow.
maybe
They have like a flower wall you can take a picture next to.
well, yeah, but you know what they didn't have? A fucking owl.
No owls?
No owls. They needed a
Not a
damn
barn.
owl.
Not a barn.
Can't afford them. Not a baller.
Sculptures and no owl.
Oh, man. All right. Well, before we get started, y'all, I figure we should get into our ungodly concoction.
Oh, we're jumping right into
we're
it.
jumping right in because
No wine me, dine me, just straight 69 me.
yeah.
Well, I guess this is kind of dining.
Well, this is sort of whining. I don't know.
And whining.
So I found myself this morning over at the Vitamin Shop on Fairfax. Why?
How many? I was trying to think about all the vitamins I needed.
Boner pills.
Yeah.
Boner pills.
No, the sad thing is it was for this bit because I am down to one can in the fridge that I'm just so fucking disgusted by that I was like, I don't want to do that to Neil. I'm gonna
What
wait
is
till
it?
we're by ourselves to do the Dollar Tree CBD.
Yeah.
That's going to be fire.
Fire coming out of our urethras.
But today, I went to the Vitamin Shop and I saw something that I had never seen before. And as I was looking, a Marine came up behind me. It was like, "That's a good one, bro." As I was looking at it.
That's how you know.
Yeah. So the drink today is called Jocko Go
Oh, this is one of those Marines from the internet.
Discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the S&M
Yeah.
energy
It's like,
drink.
I've been a disrespectful little,
I've been a
bad little bitch, and I need to be disciplined by this energy drink.
Oops.
Oh, now it's going to spew everywhere.
Oh, I don't. That's
No,
okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fine.
So this particular
Give it a couple more shakes. In fact.
This particular one is it's a watermelon flavor, but instead of just calling it watermelon, they had to give it a name, a cute name, and this one is Whoop Ass Salt.
Wow.
So it looks
like whoop ass and assault.
yeah, but see they've highlighted ass in green, so you get it? Whoop ass salt.
Somebody wrote that.
I don't think
they were
I
in a
don't
comedian.
think that's what they're going for. Rivers.
What else do you think they'd be going for?
Everybody look at the can.
It says whoop and then ass is highlighted in
Whoop
green.
assault.
I see that.
Because whoop assault doesn't make sense.
Whoop ass all
I think
doesn't
they're
make sense either.
I think they're going for ass salt.
Yeah,
like
there's-
salt that comes from one's ass.
Which is what's in
Whoop.
this.
Whoop is the what comes from whooping off. So it's all button and boner stuff is what they're talking about.
It's probably between
made by
that name and hatred in that one. So that's
Well, this particular one is the Travis Mills signature flavor, and it's got I don't know who
the
Travis.
legend.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but it is signed on the can. It has Travis Mills signature, and then underneath, just in case you didn't know who that was, it says Travis Mills, and then underneath American Badass. So
clears it right up.
He's like an esports gamer or something.
and this,
Very famous anti-vaxxer.
I mean, well, I haven't told you who Jocko is yet.
You gotta know. Everybody's got to know Jocko.
Do you actually know Jocko?
He's makes a bunch of videos on YouTube.
Oh, okay. So, I looked him up because I didn't know Jocko. So, first of all, the energy drink is described as engineered for anyone who wants to get after it in life. Pre-meeting, pre-testing, pre-negotiation, pre-mission. If you're looking
Pre-trial.
for arson, because Deborah won't disrespect me like that in front of her kids ever again.
represent myself. I will lay a whoop ass assault upon the jury.
If you're looking for extra cognitive or physical edge, Jocko Go is your force multiplier.
sounds like this is the official drink of like felonies.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just noticed the logo is half sniper crosshair, half watermelon.
oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
See, the thing is it's gamer fuel, right? That's what
It's
they're going
gotta
for.
be.
It's
Oh, well-
going for
Or it's
people who-
pre-workout or boner pill.
Yeah.
Boner
maybe
pill
all
drink.
at once. Yeah.
Well, he sells all that stuff.
What does the nutritional content look like?
I always ask.
Correct.
Says it cures cancer.
Says makes
No,
ladies love you.
But yeah, I looked up Jocko, and as Sam said, he's like an internet marine, and he hosts
Internet marine.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
well, so he has, he's monetized his experience in the United States Armed Forces into workout supplements, a YouTube channel. He's like a big workout guy, but also he has a podcast, which I want to talk about. But first, I did want to show you and we'll post this on our Twitter so people can see it. This is Jocko's actual picture from the Marines. And he looks like
He's stern.
Nobody who looks cool in these pictures.
No, but like
not a single person.
Right, but a lot of times their expressions are kind of neutral, in those army pictures, and he is like he looks like
He looks like someone put a clothespin on the tip of his wiener.
and then he put his pants on and had to walk around like that for about an hour.
Why?
But yeah, he's written 5 nonfiction books, 1 children's book, and 1 fiction book. And he has a podcast that is called the Jocko Podcast.
Talk about range.
All right.
Children's book, Why Daddy Screams.
I wrote down these are just some titles of recent episodes of the Jocko Podcast. These are the titles: Pinned Down, Shot in the Head, Still Winning. All right.
Pinned down. That should all be just one title.
That is, yeah, that's it. That's one episode.
Oh, I thought it was 3. Oh,
No. That's one episode. This is another one, just straight up. There will be punishment. You will get beat down. All right. More discipline for daddy.
I was about to say.
For help.
For baby, I guess, rather. Pain makes you better. It's this one.
This is the thing. Daddy likes to delegate pain to his babies because babies don't listen to daddy. I get where this guy's coming from.
This one's my favorite here. Staying dangerous in spite of age.
None of this sounds consensual. Like, this is just...
So this is either, and I don't know which one's funnier. It's either advice to teach children how to be badasses, or for like how to kick ass at the nursing home.
Yeah.
For old men whose testosterone is low, and they're like, you could still kick ass though, old man. Don't forget
Do
it.
not calm down.
There's one called Draft Dodgers and Low IQ Men Being Used as Cannon Fodder. Let's see. Seek, never settle, inspire, never complain, rise, never stay down. But
Did we ever figure out who Travis Mills is?
Oh yeah, I should probably look him up. Oh yeah, so Travis Mills. Yep, he is indeed an internet army guy, retired U.S. Army sergeant. Yeah, so he's like he's like a
all
motivational
these
speaker.
fucking vets are getting in on this energy drink scam.
Yep. And this one, fiddling with tradition a little bit, although it does look like there is a way to get to the ocean from here. This one is made in Jay, Maine.
Jay, Maine?
Yeah. The city of Jay in Maine.
Jay?
Yeah, Jay, Maine. And, we've said before that
rapper's name.
Jay Maine. That's a good name, actually. So it does look like from the map you can take the Androscoggin River to the ocean. So this still does count as all energy drinks are made in a place where you either have no law or you can make it to international waters where there is no law.
I was about to say, a lot of like nuclear power plant runoff.
Yep. Guys, let's get our asses or our ass salts. Whoops. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a sharp, harsh fucking.
I've been slacking the past couple
I was
of
about to
weeks.
say.
That's got to just be this specific can. Jocko's like, make it like a gunshot.
I guess it's also I did
Rise and shine, soldier, is what that one says.
I did drop it on the rug a minute ago, so that's
yeah.
part of it. All right, let's pause for everybody's favorite part of the show. Yeah, Jocko.
That's an ex-Marine nightmare, sounds like. In liquid form.
That's not much of a color to it.
It's made with Draft Dodger tears.
It smells so salty.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Smells like the ocean.
Oh,
Salty.
Oh God.
Very salty.
Ass
Wow.
salt. Yeah, I think you were right. Salt that comes from an ass.
This seems like this is the most high concept description I've ever made of a product. But you know how you're like underwater. You know how you experience sound underwater, where it's like sort of muffled. I'm experiencing taste like that with this because it never gets tart enough to really like hit your tongue. It's muffled in terms of taste.
Is this like marine sweat with a dash of sugar? Like,
Yeah,
It does.
it does taste like sweat. Like it's like kind of like salty in a sweat kind of way,
Right.
but it tastes like melted candy.
Yeah, actually, it doesn't taste like melted because that's a good taste.
It smells kind of like candy-ish.
Yeah,
It smells like it's going to be good, and then you actually try it, and it's got that. I don't know.
It smells more like fake strawberry than fake watermelon.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord, that's bad.
That's the electrolytes.
Man, the damn jughead at the vitamin shop lied to me. He said it was a good one, but I think it's because he's in on this racket.
Yeah, it probably reminds him of the desert
Discipline,
or something.
so that you learn your lesson and you never.
I
drink
know.
The second one.
Yeah, no, I have been disciplined, and I
You look like you could use some discipline. That's what the guy that sold you. So that's what he was thinking.
well, and I'm an idiot because they were like, "Hey, these are 2 for $5 if you want to get another one," and I did. So I have one in the fridge called Dak Savage.
Damn.
DAK period Savage. I don't know what that means. I didn't look that far into it.
Probably another
Mixed with the coffee
badass.
and that, like, you ever have like a moment of like mixed with on an empty stomach and like 2 different types of caffeine? Like, I really feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack.
I'm right there with you. I've not eaten much today.
I'm gonna finish it because I've finished all of them. But I will say, if I had my druthers, I would throw this away.
That one's no good.
This
Like
one's
that's.
really bad.
Can you imagine having a meal with that?
Boy.
Well, having a meal with an energy drink is just not a good idea.
Can you imagine
general.
eating a Taco Bell in a truck with an energy drink
Doesn't pair
right
well.
before you masturbate?
I feel like somewhere in the world, people are like, "Oh man, this is amazing," and those people have never ever had a Red Bull.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I could see where people are like, "Oh man, I'm just gonna relax with the Jocko Go," and then
Oh boy, that is fucking rotten.
How does this pass? Like, I don't know, the Surgeon General or
I don't know.
It probably has never passed.
yeah.
They don't believe in the government. I can tell you that because amongst his friends, Jocko counts Dan Crenshaw, Tulsi Gabbard, and Jordan Peterson. Yay!
Nice.
You gotta get-
Made in USA with
Yeah.
domestic and global ingredients.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. So it's
We took this fucking aspartame by force from Kazakhstan.
America. Yeah. Just so you guys know, we ingested. Let's see.
Carcinogen.
Is it got-
Carcinogen.
The last one,
Bicoma Manieri. Yeah.
the last one we did had something called carnosin in it. So that's pretty close to carcinogen.
Which does sound like a Juggalo album or video game.
Carnosin. Oh, it's pasteurized. Why does it need that? If it's just chemicals, why does it
So we
need
can
to
drink it raw or undercooked.
be? Yeah, what does the raw shit taste like if that's pasteurized? Blah, shudder to think.
That's one of the worst ones we've had, I would say.
That's real bad.
I didn't think it was one of the worst ones, but it's bad. You can't beat the jackfruit.
the jackfruit is
The
still
jackfruit
worst.
one was
Yeah.
disgusting because it was kind of meaty.
Yeah, and that jalapeno
smell.
one that we had was
That was
bad.
bad.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah. Oh man, I love
Neil, if you
reminiscing.
Sorry, Neil.
Where do you get you got this from the vitamin shop though, right?
I've got this.
it was this
Because if you
GNC.
didn't tell me that, I'd be like, did a homeless man give this by the 101 freeway?
Yeah.
We're right there.
It is my own supply, man. No, I did find this one at the vitamin shop. That's where you got to go to find the weird ones, like the ones like this that have some personality behind them, like this Jocko guy. As far as like surface level gas station stuff, I mean we've come through all the brands. Now it's narrowing down into the flavors.
You got to go back to
I don't know
the.
if personality is a good thing. Maybe I want a faceless corporation
I do.
to do this shit. I don't want
That is
someone
true.
So far, the Rock let me down. His energy drink sucked. Jocko sucks. These have all been.
I don't need to know their spin on this chemical sludge.
Most of the branded ones have been bad, like the Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, G Fuel
and-
sucks. Fuck G Fuel.
I found one flavor. I
Oh, the
like,
Venom, the
black
black
ooze.
goo?
Yeah, but then they have the red ooze, and it's terrible. It's the worst shit.
Oh, that's a shame,
Is
man.
that Carnage? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. It's whatever. It was for the movie.
Don't you
Let
want to
there be
drink it now?
Yeah. I know the store that sells it. It's right around
It
the
tastes
corner.
like Woody Harrelson's bong water.
So the last time Neil was here, we did our second celebrity albums episode where we talked about the various music projects of famous people, and I was actually going back in the archives, and we actually talked about some athletes that made records too back in our one. So we definitely talked about it on the football episode we did with Nick West way back in the day, stuff like that.
Talk about the Super Bowl shuffle?
Yeah. We covered the Super Bowl shuffle, but then Sam brought to my attention the fact that in 1996, the NFL
Great year.
released a CD called NFL Jams.
Yep.
Really?
One of my favorites of all time. No, I just
Have you ever listened to this before, or you just knew about it?
I listen to a lot of rap music on YouTube, and after if you just let it play, it starts going.
Eventually goes to.
And I had to have been watching either Shaq's Make It Rain or whatever. Oh, you can't stop the rain.
Yeah.
Or there's been a new version by Texas rap artist Zero that has a Shaquille O'Neal feature on it.
Wow,
and for a while
okay.
I was really into that. And so I have to imagine it came up based off that, or I don't know, maybe I was searching Allen Iverson raps, or God knows what I
Meta
could have
World
been
Pieces
searching.
album.
This was during a COVID late at night.
Sure.
Holy shit, I can't believe this exists. Discovery.
If you let it play long enough, it's kind of like the bottom of Netflix.
Yeah.
If you scroll all the way down to Netflix, you will see some insane shit. Poorly produced.
Oh yeah.
But
We also called this Amazon Prime. The whole website. It's just all poorly produced dreck. But the NFL Jams record, which I had to look this up. So this actually, there's a song on here that I want to listen to in a moment. That's Andre Rison and Ghostface Killah.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Did a song together. Apparently, this album came out 6 days after Andre Rison was fired from the Jaguars, and then right before he got picked up to go to the Packers, who did end up winning the Super Bowl that year. So I was like, man, what a good year for that guy. Got fired from one team and then got picked up like a few days later.
Did a track with Ghostface.
Yeah, got in the studio with
Got in the studio with Ghostface. I mean, what a good. But this was also, I was like, Andre Rison, because I don't know much, but that name rang a bell, and I was like, he's the guy that Left Eye from TLC.
Yep.
Lisa burned the house down.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
It's that guy. You remember that from the behind the music.
Yeah. That's a good impression.
I'm like, hello? Oh my God, turn on Channel 5. Turn on Channel 5.
Flames erupting at the $800,000 mansion.
Lisa, burn the house down.
Within minutes, the fire gutted the home and consumed its contents.
That was play right before they went to commercial.
Yeah, they were like, up next on Behind the Music. Lisa, burn the house down.
Legit receiver. I remember him from his days on the Atlanta Falcons. And that was prime time. That was that era.
Yeah. He was. I think he was 94 when Lisa burned the house. The proverbial house doth burn down. Which, if I recall, she put all of his shoes in a bathtub and lit them on fire. And turns out that'll start a house fire.
So this was a while ago then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was 2 years before so this record comes out in 96. That happened in June of 94. I haven't gone on the hunt for this one because I'm saving it. But apparently there was a sequel, NFL Jams 2.
Oh yeah.
That came out 2 years later. That had a much better lineup, by the way. Faith Evans, Brian McKnight, Isaac Hayes, and Destiny's Child were all featured on that one.
I was gonna say this early, and because I guess Ghostface would have to just to step back for a second. Like he wouldn't do. I don't think he would do hacky shit like this now.
Oh, no. He would. I bet he would.
I don't think you would.
I don't think he would. I mean, he doesn't have to. He's, he like Iron Man had just come out or whatever, and he was kind of like establishing himself outside of the context of Wu-Tang Clan. But like, I don't know.
Wu-Tang's all over this record, by the way.
Well, the thing is, if some fucking stupid idiot came to you, you'd turn him down. But if the NFL came to you, you're just like, oh, dollar signs?
Exactly.
That's why he did it. And you get to be on a...
I get why he did it. I'm saying I don't think you do it now.
Yeah, so, unsurprisingly, there's not a whole lot of videos made for this because this record just kind of seemingly came and went.
Went diamond, you mean?
Came and went diamond. But yeah, this is Ghostface
Ghostface off.
This is Ghostface and Andre Rison. This song is called Fast Life. Just figured we would
and I'm sure Ghostface is gonna lay it down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, this is I mean, you're about to
The
hear.
beat's good.
Yeah, the beat is good. I mean, this is one of those ones where it's like, all right, we're 100% bringing in ringers here to kind of
Production is legit.
Yeah, who produced it? Like, do you know?
I mean, this is really good. Yeah.
That's the thing that we kind of figured out the last time we sort of talked about this whole concept is like, there's a lot of good like classic 90s bars sort of buried in these weird athlete rap projects because
Again, like they have to like bring in Andre Rison's like vanity project weird shit and just ruin an otherwise good Ghostface song.
well, yeah, but that's the thing. It's like when you're an NFL player, particularly at this time period, think of the unlimited resources you have. That's why Shaq has like nothing but good features on all of his records. It's like, yeah, I can bring in Biggie Smalls and he will absolutely drop a verse for what I'm going to pay him.
And they'll want to because Andre was a big star at this time
yeah,
too.
It was.
Yeah.
The thing about this, these type of records,
Yeah.
is that all right? So they bring in the NFL player that's a star,
Yeah.
but not necessarily a rapper,
Right.
Because
As we're about to hear.
because there's a few athletes that sound like they had problems reading during
Curious.
these songs.
The fireworks and the ambitions on the come up. She getting done up behind closed
Not Ghostface, he's not. I will say.
It's pretty apparent. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's-
but yeah, no, you're exactly right.
Sounds
It's-
like Bushwick Bill.
Slightly. That's spot on. That's spot on.
yeah. That's Ghostface and Andre Rison. I was gonna just what's that?
It's hard to follow Ghostface Killer.
Put him on at the end.
That's
And
Let him close it out.
Around his prime too, when he was just not his prime, but he was building to
100%.
much
Yeah, like
greater things. This is before Supreme Clientele.
It is.
the highlight. Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say.
So I was gonna just read some of these titles and who it is, and you tell me which one you want to hear. They have like an intro. Number 2, Stay With Me, Richie Rich and Ezra Tualo.
I don't know who that is.
So
either of those people.
He is actually the third. I looked him up. So he was the third ever former NFL player to come out of the closet, and this is more of like a R&B type song, and he's actually gone on to do a bunch more records, and so his voice ain't too bad. Let's see, we've got this is the one I'm most interested in. It's
Busta Rhymes and Troy Aikman.
well, Carter, Troy might be making an appearance here in just a moment. Maybe not on this record, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. This is the one I'm most interested in. Ricky Waters and Method Man.
Yup.
Yeah.
And this one's called "It's in the Game."
Method Man and Ricky Waters track, that's what made people buy this album at that time.
Yeah, yeah. And the beat is very good, and Method Man is
That's Wu-Tang produced right there.
And he's
You
Method
think
Man.
RZA did all this?
Like you could tell it's either
It sounds
if it's not
like it.
RZA,
Yeah,
then it might
someone-
be mathematics or
someone
Sure.
trying to do RZA. Pretty
True Master. It's one of them. It's Wu-Tang produced. You could hear it.
Yeah. This is prime again,
Yep.
prime era too.
Yeah.
Method Man.
Yeah.
96. Height
This
of
is
his
2 years
powers.
after Tikal. Like, yeah, I mean, he's
man.
he's just a cleaner. He can like make this shit sound good. But again, why are you putting him on first? Like,
Yeah. You should absolutely have the football player go
because
first.
you got to keep people listening.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
When
That's
you
right.
when you hear Method Man, you're like, all right, I know this is gonna be solid.
And then it's
I'm
good
gonna
to
stick around for this.
Yeah.
Although, you know what the adverse effect of this is, though, right? If you put him on first, radio DJs are just going to cut that shit before the fucking football player comes on.
That's why it's good though.
Yeah.
You hear the Method Man part and then you go repeat. You don't hear the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's like that Knife Talk song with Drake. You
Yeah,
hear Project Pat and then you hear 21 Savage and you're like, okay, song's over.
Oh God. Let's see. There's one. Fife and Rodney Hampton.
That was actually a decent song. That was a decent
Let's give
song.
that a listen. Again, these are like some of my favorite artists of the '90s right here
Right.
too.
This wasn't bad. I vaguely remember this.
Yeah.
NFL game day. You know how we stay.
Every time he says NFL, they give him another 200 grand.
They made this sound like a Tribe song. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, they did. So, but yeah, this is I mean, no complaints here. I think, like we said, same with the Shaq album. A lot of great classic era hip hop buried in these sports stars.
Now, is this the album with the Far Side with Rocket Ishmael?
Indeed.
What?
That is crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
Crazy.
That song is called. That's number 12.
Mm-hmm.
That song is called "Gotcha Lookin'." Let's pull that one up right quick. Yeah, here we go. Again, Far Side, fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would say with this record, because I was listening to it this morning, I was like, this is like not the worst. You don't necessarily.
The production value on all these is great. Like,
yeah, it's kind of a testament to like how much we've kind of lost by being able to just everybody have Pro Tools and just shit out songs. Because back then, it's like if the NFL's backing this, we've got the money to actually hire producers and make shit sound really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, or at least that's the story on NFL Jams. This isn't the only record that the NFL released on whatever it was, November 26, 1996, because there was a companion piece to this. So that was NFL Jams, which features hip hop and R&B, but on that day, simultaneously released alongside it, NFL Country. So
hence Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, boys, this is the way more embarrassing part because look, I mean, you can have enough production and enough talent and someone writing your lyrics to carry you aloft to some extent. With this, they have buried these vocals so far in the back, but I was actually saying to Sam.
So it's like Katie Lang and Joe Montana.
Well, no, we've got. Well, I mean, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
We know this existed. I'm ready.
Yeah. So
do this.
This is the song is called "Two Pairs of Levi's," and this is Toby Keith and Troy Aikman.
Yes, sir.
Now the production on this sucks.
Yeah,
and that's my favorite part.
But to be fair, 90s country production sucks, just in general.
I mean,
We were hauling my old Appaloosa home.
yeah. So similar concept here. They're letting Toby start off.
Everything I had at home was gone.
Uh-oh.
She didn't leave a note for you.
There's Troy Aikman singing.
She ain't coming back. She closed all the gates.
She closed all the gates.
After several years,
and I was throw football. My head hurts. I've been hit too many times.
CT. Yeah, this is like Toby Keith doing like a private event or whatever. And they bring like the CEO of a company up and they like let him sing the song with them.
No,
You did so good, sir.
No, well, you know what he does now? He does all those fucking private concerts for like the oil sheiks in Saudi Arabia and Dubai
Toby
now.
Keith does like, hey, I'm just a simple cowboy.
Yeah. So this
He's still posturing as a
Troy Aikman's at least as good of a singer as the Sultan of Brunei. Yeah. So that's oof. What do you think, Neil? You look unhappy.
And you usually love Troy Aikman's
Yeah,
music.
I know. You were Troy's biggest fan.
I'm at a loss for words. I mean, just the fact that this existed, but it makes sense because the NFL was like, you know what? Let's not get some of the money. Let's get all of
Let's
it.
get all of the money.
All of it.
Yeah.
Because I thought NFL Jams, that's a hard album to find.
Yeah.
This is about 50 times harder to find.
Well, you know what's...
Like if you ever meet someone that owns this, there might be 3 in existence.
Yeah, one of them's buried with my granddaddy.
They should have kept going. They should have like NFL jazz and like
Oh, please, yes.
like Jerry Rice trying to play like a stand-up bass or something, or play like a trumpet.
Exactly. Absolutely give Joe Montana a fucking tenor sax.
Marshall Falk just doing scat.
Yeah. Man, I mean,
Barry Sanders just playing.
Look, we're already
cello.
paying these guys so much money. They owe us this.
Yeah,
NFL players should have to sign a record deal with their player contracts.
Well, yeah, you like force them to do something they don't want to do.
This is what I really wanted to focus on because it's fucking creepy. This is Steve Azar and Brett Favre with
I can see that.
with a very creepy song called Born With It. And again, none of this shit's about football. Like that last one's about the guy's wife leaving him and him being
Right.
pissed about it. This is just talking about a woman who's born with it.
Ooh. Brett Favre loves women who are born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is so creepy.
Yeah, this is the
Oh,
lead up
shit.
to New York Jets. That's what that is.
Oh yeah.
She's a lady, she's a baby.
That's not Brett Favre, is it?
What?
She's a lady and a baby?
She's a lady. Hold on, I have to go back.
She's a lady, she's a baby. Barefoot beauty queen.
Oh no, Bear. She's not allowed to wear shoes.
Fast car, long black limousine.
Long black limousine.
Levi's, it fit like a glove. Makes your heart wanna stop and fall.
That's Brett Favre.
That was?
Yeah, the one who's really flat. Makes you want to stop and fall in love.
You ain't got it, you can't get it. You got to be born with it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
It's just like
kind of sounds like the band in Roadhouse a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like all these sound like an old country saloon type vibe.
or like as it would be perceived in like a 90s movie.
Yeah. Well, so we got to mention it because these two records break down almost straight across racial lines. African American players they're on the jam side, white players on the country side, with one exception. So on the country record, is a man who may well, if God is not real and the devil is, might be the future governor of Georgia, Herschel Walker.
That makes sense.
He's on the
That
country
makes
side,
sense. That
we got to
checks
hear
out.
the song that Herschel Walker did, which is called 407 Beers Ago. Yeah.
T-shirt tucked.
This is such a weird video. We're gonna put this on our Twitter so everybody can see it.
It is a lot of Fish Island.
It's like Lynchian almost in some places with how close they're getting to
It's like
people's
a
faces.
fisheye lens.
Yeah. And everybody in this video looks diseased in some way or another. Yeah.
I mean, I like this song the best of the other two.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just waiting to hear Herschel
yeah.
singing. I don't know what it is about playing football that makes your affect so flat when you sing, but
Because you're not a singer.
It's not a it's not a talking
women in
game.
this video?
No.
Is that
no, it's 407 beers ago. And
That's
then he's lying to the wife.
That's why all the guys look so fucking lame
there
and
they are.
crazy.
Of
Oh, we
they're
got the
cheerleaders.
Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders,
That's
of course.
the
They
yep.
show up.
And of
the only
course,
women allowed?
the guys they do this classic thing in bad comedies where the guys look at a woman like they've never seen a woman in their entire life. They're just like,
Yeah.
What do we do? Whoa, God.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, that's
strange, yeah.
That's the NFL jams and NFL
Okay.
country.
That is a rare gem.
I think it's time to bring this back. I love Carter's idea. Everybody should have to they should have a draft where the genres pick the
Oh.
players. So they would have the jazz team would
NFL
pick,
classical.
Yeah, the classical. You'd have to fucking learn how to. Yeah, you're now
like singing
you're now
aria and
you're now
stuff,
the
yeah.
fifth chair of the Moscow Symphony.
Well, I kept thinking about when you're talking about this about
Odell
like
Beckham is playing bassoon for the Munich Philharmonic. It's like, okay.
you ever think like every now and again they'll be like, they like it. Hey, sing us 407 beers ago. It's like, I couldn't.
I bet he's really happy.
I was
with
gonna
that
say,
song.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, he still knows all the words and shit.
Yeah, well, and also if you followed his career, he's insane now. He's
Oh.
he's running running for Georgia governor at the moment, and he's not going to win because he's too right wing for Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah, which is impressive. You know, he's running, but there's no one behind the wheel.
Do you think other sports should have to do this? Like, have to put out country albums?
Well, that a lot of them did, you know, especially like because we covered, you know, Dion, Primetime Sanders, obviously had his own kind of career. Shaq, as we've mentioned, you know, this is kind of a thing. I think, you know, when you have too much money, your brain starts boiling, and you either go into like,
I was meant to be a celebrated musical artist.
Yeah, it's like you either want to be a musician or you want to be, you know, an MMA fighter.
I think musician is the one that comedians too, like they like you like drift towards it because it's like, but that's like the one where the purest of like, if you don't have the ability to do it, it shows like immediately.
Oh, it's amazing.
You know what I mean? So like the Vanity Music Project is always something to be cherished. Yeah. Actors too.
Oh, we love it.
One thing I can say though, and if you could find this, Rivers, you are the goddamn greatest individual.
All right, what do we got
now?
Rivers just immediately opened
we were
Internet
talking about
Explorer.
NBA players, right?
Yeah.
Chris Webber has an album. And I saw it in the bargain bin at college. And I was thinking, I was like, man, I could go
is that
get
album Too Much Drama with the number 2?
I think that might be it. I was like, I can go get a sandwich or get this horrible album. And I was like,
hey, sandwiches come and go.
Too
but
much
it was so
drama is
bad.
forever.
It was so bad. I was like, you know what? Let's see what the sandwich is about.
Dude,
this is Chris Webber with Keeps Burning
J. Rose.
from Too Much Drama. YouTube is a blessed place. You know, it really is. The cool thing about YouTube is that in years previous, if you and I had this conversation in 2001, it would just be like, no, I swear to God, this is real. And be like, bullshit.
Yep.
Now,
Instantly proven.
Here it is.
Why is he rapping in a fake voice?
I love this. Sit back. Remarkable how I handle the stress. He's like Yoda. It's try or do not.
It's sponsored by Lazy Boys. I sit back. It's remarkable how I handle the stress. Used to have a stress ball.
One of the things that it's like,
this is amazing.
I give Kobe credit. Kobe, we listened to when he rapped.
We talked about that.
We've heard Allen
Put
Iverson.
Tyra Banks on the feature in the most confusing move of all time. Yeah.
And Dana Barros. That was one of the better rap songs that like an NBA player did.
Yeah.
This I just don't understand. I was like, I would have used the money to produce these songs for charity. And that would have been a whole. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
I gotta.
Well, I think it's like the same thing as like, you know, like like Herschel Walker singing that song still, or like, you know, Shaq loves his own music, you know, Chris Webber loves it. Like, it's for them. Like they want to like enjoy their
like
own
if he has a
record.
party and invites people over,
Yeah.
this is the backdrop of that party.
That's a nightmare.
And he's just kind of waiting for someone to say,
Wait,
what
is this you?
Like, oh, it's,
wow, you do that too.
Rivers, can you go back a page? I feel like there was a video when you searched for a different song. There we go.
Featuring Corrupt,
Gangster.
Gangsta.
By Chris Webber?
And Corrupt.
That Corrupt is legit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Dog Pound.
You know the gang moves you do on the basketball court.
Gangster, tell me how you do it. It seems so simple, like there was nothing to it. Okay, you know,
same formula where you have the actual rapper.
Right.
Start Corrupt. You can't lose with Corrupt.
Yeah.
girls wanna act like,
And then you're invested, and then
Now.
Bait and switch.
I sing a couple words to your bird and I hit her. She got a kid, but
I do like the video game little.
jealous.
But it's
From the home of J-Bo.
Man, remix. Someone do it.
but when you think about the time when this happened, just remember
man.
he was that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, top 10 NBA 90s when that was happening.
Yeah.
Who's going to tell him no?
That's right.
Nobody was there.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, who are you hurting? You know? What I
Oh
mean?
yeah, no, nobody.
Just your own pockets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But at that point, you're just, it's sand on the beach. If you got that much money, who cares?
I mean, if you were top 10 and you didn't have an album, then you wasted your time. Like you got to make an album.
Herschel changes the game because he is a real celebrity that people love across difference. And that really does create an interesting opportunity for Georgia Republicans, as long as Herschel's baggage doesn't become overwhelming.
But Walker will have the benefit of former President Donald Trump's backing. The two have been close for decades, which works just fine for some Republicans we talked with in Woodstock.
And I see him on Fox News all the time, so I think he would be a good political person.
I think he would be good.
And President Trump is backing him.
Even more reason to like him.
But some Republicans say Walker has to be more than just Trump's guy in the Senate race.
I think he has good intentions.
Trump chose Herschel. A celebrity chose a celebrity. Makes sense. Now what we need to see is can that celebrity come with policy, can come with good governance idea, and do we see conviction in him such that people will want to join the Herschel team and run with Herschel?
I wanted to talk about this news story that I read out of Australia. Does it involve a murder? Yes. Is it funny? We'll see.
Fair.
Okay, you test. Will this be horrific or silly?
There's enough juicy nuggets in here to where I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
46-year-old Natasha Beth Darcy was found guilty of the 2017 murder of her partner, sheep farmer Matthew Dunbar, and was sentenced to 40 years in prison by an Australian court. Mm-hmm. Darcy knocked out her wealthy boyfriend, so he's a wealthy farmer, which we don't have those in America, but Australia, damn it, they pay you for them sheeps. Knocked him out with a sedative-infused milkshake blended in a NutriBullet before gassing him by pumping helium into a plastic bag over his head.
Got him with the fentanyl milkshake.
Yeah. So, that's the rough part. The rest is fun. So, she then attempted to cover up the murder by making it look like a suicide. She offered a friend $14,000 in cash to say that her lover had been talking a lot about suicide recently.
Have you heard about this thing called suicide? You can just kill yourself.
No. She's like calling her friend and like, hey, I'll pay you $14,000 to say the old ball and chain was talking a lot about how he hated his life. So that unfortunately backfired when the erstwhile friend turned the letter over to authorities. And this is from the letter. Quote, I was watching an episode of Frasier.
There's like too much pressure for this person immediately. What do I do?
Oh, no.
I watch Frasier.
Well, no, this is her. This is her letter to the person. This is the murderer writing to the person about covering it up.
Okay.
I was watching an episode of Frasier when Niles needed him to lie in court and say that he didn't know Niles was in love with Daphne, and it got me thinking. If only I could ask somebody to say that Matthew told them he was planning his suicide maybe a few or several days before he passed. So this is the proposition.
One of many murders inspired by Frasier.
Yeah, which this is like proof that, that should never give anybody Netflix. We need not be revisiting these old TV shows. That's always my favorite thing at open mics when people are just suddenly talking about some shit from like 1995. You're like, they just added that to Netflix, I bet. That's why you're bringing this up.
They're not going to make anything new. You just repackage the old stuff.
Yeah, you can make whole new murders. So the sentencing judge, Julia Longerin, ruled that the murder was devised so that she would inherit her boyfriend's $2.4 million villa after she coerced him into revising his will. So she got him to change the will and then just immediately killed the guy. The judge also reminded Darcy that her sentence reflected her life as a serial domestic abuser who had tried unsuccessfully to kill her previous husband. Quote, I cannot find that the offender is a person of good character given her criminal record, which included sentences of imprisonment for sedating her estranged husband, Colin Crossman. So she did this to another dude who lived, but here's the fucking crazy part. So she hit him on the head with a hammer while he slept and lit the house on fire. And that guy lived. Weirdly, the guy that she tried to kill was the responding police officer to the next murder that she did.
If this lady can date again after doing that, it's like there's hope for people.
But that means this town is so fucking small that the cop that shows up to the murder was the previous guy she tried to kill.
Now, what year was this again?
2017 is when this went down. But
so they had the internet and they had the tools.
Oh yeah.
They had the tools.
No, they
to
just
meet
went to
other
jail.
people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I was like, if
Tinder
this was
was
the
around.
90s or the 80s, I could understand.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of those were kind of the times where, well, you dated people that were in your town or on your block, and that was it. So I could see that first responder be like, "Oh wow, I've never seen you before." So
you again.
So, and this is an incredible sentence. Darcy, who was on probation for the hammer and arson crimes against her ex when she met Dunbar online in 2014. Darcy also had a peculiar internet search history, which the prosecutor in her trial said included
Goods from the Woods reviews.
Yeah.
Maybe she found them.
These are the search terms that she looked up, and I'm going to defer to Carter's Australian accent to please read her search
horribly
terms.
offensive.
Oh, we love it. We love it.
All right. Let's get right and proper and sit up here. How to commit murder.
just get right to
it. Come on, internet. Do your stuff. All right. Undetectable poisons. Toxic wild plants that look like food. Spider venom. Poisonous mushrooms. Stabbed in the brain. Plastic bag suffocation. Does helium show up in an autopsy? Suicide poem.
That's my favorite because that means she was like, well, he's got to leave a suicide note, but I don't want to do the creative writing myself. I'm going to find a poem that he could leave behind, perhaps as evidence to hide my felonious activity.
Is house a crime scene after suicide?
How long are these cops going to be around? I don't want them hanging around asking questions.
Wow. I hope she cleared her search history.
No, she didn't. No, this was read in court.
She didn't.
This was read in court.
How long after suicide is house a crime scene? I wonder if there's an answer. Look it up on your computer.
Yeah.
Can police see deleted text messages?
It turns out, yes, they can.
If police have your mobile, can they see websites?
What does that even mean?
So it means if you're searching for what mushrooms don't taste like anything to put in the NutriBullet, can the police look at that? And again, the answer is yes.
And finally, how long do internet providers keep history?
Forever.
Turns out forever.
That last one clearly helped lead to her undoing. So the judge said that Darcy's premeditation was chilling.
Can you imagine the spiraling? Because all of those were searched in a 20-minute period.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. It seems like she planned this one out, Because the other one was a hammer and she burned the house down. This one, she was trying to make it a little bit easier. So the judge said that Darcy's premeditation was chilling, quote, as time passed, emotional abuse and sneaky physical attacks escalated into a more focused and foolproof method to achieve the outcome she desired. Darcy, who has never admitted to murdering her boyfriend, claimed that he suffered from depression and he threatened to kill himself many times because he was closeted gay. Her lawyer, Janet Manuel, admitted, even though he's dead, she's like, no, it's because he was
also he's gay.
Yeah.
That makes it better. Jesus Christ.
I'm thinking of all the esoteric questions I've Googled.
I know. That's what this made me think
she's
of.
Probably in jail. Maybe if I use that suicide haiku instead of Could have gotten away with this.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So she used her last appeal, and now she's going to jail. So anyway,
in the height of the pandemic, did you ask Google an esoteric question?
Yeah. What's the weirdest thing?
The weirdest thing? I don't know. Like, it's got to be at a very lonely moment.
Yeah.
It usually elicits like a Reddit response.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's always like something like, does Twitter suck? And then you look at it, it's like, Twitter does indeed suck. By some guy on Reddit.
I remember having one that I still didn't get answered definitively, and we do have men and women of science, the people of science that listen to this show, so tell me, I don't think I got a straight answer on this. Do you pee more in the winter? Because
maybe that's like ice cream sales in summer kind of question. Like that, there's another answer that leads to people peeing more in the winter.
Right? Yeah, it's because they're drinking in their homes all night and all day. Yeah,
right.
But yeah, that was always mine because I'm like, you're not sweating, so you're not using as much water. It stands to reason that you would have to pee more because you're not sweating.
I've never thought about it.
These are things. These are things that like you like Google. And then you look outside, you're like, am I ever going to go outside again? Am I going to die with these roommates? Do you pee more in winter? I wonder. How many times can one masturbate in one day?
So that's the news from Down Under.
Crikey. Talk about a murder.
Yeah, that one, I just saw the search history. I was like, well, this is perfect.
You've been caught by the search history. Terrible state of affairs.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Quite stylish. And maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe, but I got you pegged. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Scrambled eggs all over my face. What is a boy to do?
I have one more thing that I wanted to cover, and then we'll come in for a landing here. This is, I've been spending too much time on Craigslist. I'm not going to lie. It's the funniest thing because it's like the dead mall of the internet. Like, it's amazing that it's still there because they've replaced all the shit with it.
I met my wife on Craigslist.
But you were there. You were out of Wendy's. We were in line together. We had a moment.
She got the taco salad. I got the strawberry whatever.
The strawberry chicken sandwich. What?
No, they have a strawberry chicken salad, I think, at Wendy's.
Oh, yeah, they have good salads. That's another topic.
Jocko go. I was vomiting.
You were wearing the red dress.
So this is an ad. A guy's trying to sell his car. It is a 1992 Civic hatchback. We'll put this on Twitter so people can see it. Here's a photo of the car. We're all in our 30s, gentlemen. You've surely recognized this. This was ubiquitous in the early 90s.
It's a classic.
Yeah, absolutely. When you sent a young man or a young woman to college in the 90s, this is what you sent them in. And this person is asking $14,569 for a 1992 hatchback with 266,000 miles on it.
Damn, that's a lot of miles.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, that's a
cherry
good
car.
That's
Cherry.
It's a good car.
I
Don't
mean,
make it that many.
Obviously, it's made it this long, so it's got some quality about it. But this person,
is this the same guy who's renting out his back house? Who's fucking insane?
Maybe.
Kind of got some vibes like that guy.
Well, this is a different coast. That was Massachusetts. This is Seattle. Way different.
Okay, not the same person.
So again, this is an ad for a car he's trying to sell for, again, an outrageous amount of money. But this is how the ad for this car sale starts out. The future ain't what it used to be. Ooh, uh-oh. What? We're selling a car here, bro. I don't, what?
The future is dead. I am your god. Need a car?
Wow, you're really close to it, and I hate how close you are to this. All right.
Alrighty.
I have an interesting restoration project that has become less important recently. A 1992 Honda Civic Vx. The car is completely straight and repainted night mist blue. The stock 13-inch VX wheels are color keyed. The interior has been taken apart to accommodate a new and improved dash panel. Okay, so you've stripped the outside of this thing and put in God knows what. Interior seats are excellent, and they are taken from a 92 hatchback. The motor has been disassembled, cylinders honed, new Bosch 5-wire O2 sensor, distributor and gaskets, a spare cylinder head. It's also included clear title, no rust whatsoever. So he's like rebuilt the engine. So though it be 266,000 miles, if this guy knows what he's doing,
put some work into it.
Some work into it. In addition, I have taken great measures to employ my own invention based on a fourth phase of water. And then in parentheses, it says, look it up. Which I did. And we're going to come back to it in a minute. I did look it up. So the fourth phase of water removes any necrotic casting residue from its surfaces. By doing so, the electronics and contacts become superconductive and thereby improving the vehicle's power and fuel economy. In 1993, Motor Trend logged over 63 miles per gallon in one of these cars. And I'm like, you have the ability to log how many miles per gallon are in the car. Just fucking write it down and then drive a bit. I don't know why he's citing something from 1993. With my detailing, I believe 70 plus miles per gallon is possible. This makes the Civic VX the cheapest passenger seat mile car ever produced. You'll revel in passing by each gas station.
Fucking suckers.
So now we've turned the blinker of this car on, and we're about to take a real hard right turn here. A lifetime supply of my invention, which I dub Endochromatic Cleanser, is included with your purchase. For those with an inclination towards action, during the past 5 years, I've spent thousands of hours
with an inclination towards action.
Yeah.
For those who do not want to just sit around and let the world pass them by.
That's what he's talking about. And now, again, we're a no snitching podcast, but like the FBI should buy this car after what I'm about to read. I have spent thousands of hours prepping for the emergence of the West Columbia District within the city of Bremerton, Washington. My work is based on an 1892 United States land permit and officially declared during an appearance in a federal court in Portland in 2019. Proceeding that appearance.
What keyword did you enter to find this guy?
I was just looking for a car, man.
You just look up inventor on Craigslist and this fucking psycho
what
comes
he's
up.
talking about, he's like West Columbia District. He's saying like there's going to be a Washington, D.C. West, and it's going to be Bremerton, the city across Puget Sound from Seattle. That's obviously where it's going to be. Okay, so immediately after my hearing, I mentioned the city of Bremerton. He declared that he, owned the rights to this city or something.
Gotcha.
So immediately after that hearing, I motioned the city of Bremerton for water rights and transit fees as they were untitled and subject to as such under case law. The city declined, and I immediately began removing water from a fire hydrant located on my front lawn. I also removed a water lock from a line meter nearby, which serves as my residence. The city was infuriated and filed a criminal complaint against me in 2019. So he's like trying to get water rights for like this future capital.
I fucking knew this was going to happen. As soon as he started talking about trying to own the city, he's like, oh, this guy got arrested. And now he's like, well, I'm going to sue the whole fucking city then. I need $15,000 for lawyer fees all of a sudden.
What do I have that's worth $15,000?
Oh, obviously my car that runs on magical water. As a self-defended individual,
never mind, he doesn't need the lawyer fee.
That's right.
The city's first move in pretrial hearing was to stipulate that I could not defend myself by citing predominance of the land patent, and the move stalled on my objections. Soon thereafter, in March 2020, a pandemic was declared by Washington Governor Jay Inslee. So they wouldn't let him represent himself. And then it was like, oh, not only can you not represent yourself, you got to hire a lawyer and you got to do it on Zoom. So now he's really pissed.
I like the way he put it, too. A pandemic struck like that city. It's like it hit everywhere.
Since that point, there have been numerous hearings in which the court has attempted to impose mask vaccine, parentheses so-called, and
There it is. There it is.
and partitioning between jurors and myself. I have warned them without supporting evidence. Their moves paint themselves as seditionists under Title 18 of the United States Constitution. I have also discovered this is a car ad. This is a guy trying to sell a car.
I was gonna say the brainworms were apparent
Somebody's
from the
reading
get.
this like, go on.
Me. I have also discovered that between judges, no one seems to know why any methodology that supports their own standing on quote unquote rules.
One comment's like, will you take 13,000? Can I talk you down to 12?
As this pandemic ensues, they are complacent enough to assume that I will walk away quietly into prison, and nothing could be further from the truth. This guy, what he's talking about, he's like, for those inclined to action. So he's saying, I'm not letting them take me to jail. Let's fucking do something about it. So, like, he's trying to raise a militia here, it seems
Sure.
like.
And sell this honey of a car.
Yeah, that too. That's the big point. Nothing can be further from the truth. Their methods have been carefully conscripted for decades to ensure that no recourse will be possible. And at this point, I have turned to the U.S. State Department through an intercessor in order to acquire a diplomatic passport. So now he's like trying to get out of town. As a man of faith, I am certain to prevail. Bremerton, again, the city on the other side of the bay from Seattle, is the most strategically important city in America.
So there's no limit on characters.
No,
Okay.
you could just go on and on. It hosts a bevy of dry docks, the only ones on the West Coast capable of holding any aircraft carrier due to the impending naval war between the U.S. and China, both orchestrated by Great Britain. Bet you didn't know that. England's been goading us into a war with China, you
This
guys.
guy is going crazy about the Russia-Ukraine thing right now.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
fucking behind
yeah.
his, like, fucking...
This is what happens when you miss one
couch
injection
pushed
shot.
up against the door.
This is the scary part. Any sinking or damage to these Navy vessels will result in a collapse of the U.S. Treasury bond complex, and we, as the people, sit at the precipice of opportunity.
It's nice that he took the hubcaps off the car.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
So he's literally saying, like, we should blow up these ships. Like, that's what he's saying. He's like, for those inclined to action, we could sink all these ships. And it's like, yeah, I don't think the guy with the hatchback is going to pull off a Pearl Harbor in Seattle, but maybe. I don't know. Should maybe at least go talk to him. So my own mechanic skills have taken a backseat. However, my work is notorious enough to garner consideration. He's like, you've obviously heard about me. I haven't been doing the car stuff with the magic water engine as much.
Been more focused on my lawsuit against the entire state of Washington.
And then the last line is terrifying. When I prevail, Bremerton will be at a national forefront. This sale is your opportunity to own a piece of history. Thank you. So he's saying, like, after I blow up this naval yard, you're gonna be like the guy who owns OJ's Bronco. Like, it's gonna be notorious. Yeah. I own the night mist blue hatchback of the maniac who tried to blow up a ship and was obviously arrested because he's an idiot.
Well, yeah, that guy should be locked up. That guy's crazy.
Yeah. And I did, like I said, he mentions that he's got a car that uses the fourth state of water. So I looked that up. That's also known as structured water or hexagonal water, and is a thoroughly debunked quack science that claims that water has a fourth phase, something called exclusionary zone, which is what is used by the human body. So anyway, the guy who is the lead proposer of that is actually a doctor of bioengineering at the University of Washington who is still employed, and he's the guy that's like made up all this stuff about there being a fourth state of water.
I wonder what like happened to this guy.
So this
is it a divorce? Like what? Like what happened? Like,
it's way beyond rock bottom.
Well, what I was wondering is after reading all this stuff, I'm like, is this Dr. Gerald Pollack who's selling the? Is this the?
I was
fourth
wondering
state of
that
water?
too.
It's got to be the crazy professor. He's got to be the guy.
Is this the flubber professor? I was thinking that too.
And the last little detail is on the website because I was like, who is this dude? I look up Gerald Pollack. On the faculty staff page for the University of Washington, it lists his awards and like all the shit he's done, which normally is reserved in academia for like, academic awards and things like that. He got some kind of award for like from a big marketing company, because this Fourth Water thing is a giant MLM like pyramid scheme that he does.
Shocking.
So he's like the name. They're like, oh, well, this guy from the University of Washington says that, there's a fourth state of water. But also he got something in 2013 called the Dinsdale Award, which is an award named for Timothy K. Dinsdale, who was a British cryptozoologist who attempted to prove the existence of the Loch Ness Monster. So that was that guy's whole life's work, and now he's got the award named for him.
So you want this car or what?
I'm proposing. I'm not alleging, but I think this might be Gerald Pollack's car. You could have the crazed professor who's going to blow up the Navy.
I mean, it's pretty reasonable price when you think about all that stuff that goes into it.
Yeah, he invented an engine. And by the way, I looked that part up too. Water has 18 states at least that kind of vary between when it either turns to gas or solid, shit like that.
Cubes.
So, yeah. So he's like, this guy's written like, I mean, literally, that's kind of what it is. And this dude's written like 6 books about like, do you know water has a fourth state? You're like, yeah, there's 18. So anyway, that's what's happening on Craigslist.
Nice.
I wonder what happens when you go pick up that car. Immediately become an accessory.
And you kind of, because you funded it essentially. Yeah.
There's like one weird food that is just like filled with, like he like loves Go-Gurt or something. There's tons of Go-Gurt at that guy's fucking house.
Yeah, but it's
there's no worms in it.
Yeah. Everything else is poison.
Everything else is poison.
He's just slurping down water version 4.
This is the 5th state of waters. Go-Gurt.
Go-Gurt.
Yum, yum, yum.
Definitely live somewhere where there's just booby traps everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, don't flip that light switch. It's dead.
I'm gonna wake you up early because I'm gonna take a ride with you. We going down to the Honda shop and tell you what we gonna do. Put on a ragged red shirt, I'll take you anywhere you want me to. First gear, it's alright. Second gear, on your right. Third gear, hang on tight. Faster, it's alright.
Fellas, are y'all ready for our jam of the week?
Well, sure.
So I'll say this about this song. This is a song that anybody in our age range and a little bit older and slightly younger, this is everybody is like, I can name this tune in one fucking note.
Even from that far away, you could tell.
This is George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers. Bad to the bone.
Oh, yeah.
If you just need to convey.
The song A Million Dads got drunk and fucking skinny dips, too.
Well, not just that. This was used as shorthand at one point in movies. You just played this, you're like, uh-oh. Yep,
Terminator, dude.
Guy's got a whole new attitude. Oh, Terminator's back. He's a blah, blah, blah,
Plenty
good
of
guy.
80s montages.
Oh, yeah.
With this.
People throwing on a damn leather jacket.
A lot of commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like a grandma drinking beer?
This definitely was the apex of the leather jacket before stand-up comedy ruined it.
Oh, yeah,
That's right.
But yeah, this is from the album Bad to the Bone, 1982. So we'll go ahead and get down into the comment section for Bad to the Bone. First up, Villain Posse from 3 years ago. Oregon State Prison, baby! Bad to the bone.
There's a lot of like because Carly's on TikTok. There's a lot of TikToks from prison too.
Oh yeah. I thought you were gonna say there's a lot of Bad to the Bone TikToks.
Yeah.
I was like,
you can attest to this, Sam. You're on TikTok.
I've seen it. Apparently some prisons allow use of smartphones.
I mean, at this point, you gotta, you know, how are our prisoners gonna fill their head with QAnon if they can't read their smartphones?
Right.
You know.
There were lots of car commercials that start with this song.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of car commercials.
are you talking about a Labor Day sales event?
Boom.
Yeah.
How would you know?
Yeah.
Without
It would be
the back?
this, and then after that would be Your Mama Don't Dance and Your Daddy Don't Rock and Roll. That was always a big car one as well.
It's like someone's got like a tiny little like meet out of the way, and then like a huge truck runs it over, and the song plays. Fuck you, nerd.
Oh, my car is gas efficient.
It runs on the fourth state of water.
I am a virgin. Meep.
And then like lightning strikes and the car turns into a Lamborghini and he just comes out. It's just jacked with a huge schlong.
Drink Jocko fuel and buy a truck, asshole.
You stupid idiot.
Fuck you.
Jay Crespi from 2 years ago. Dude, I'm so fucking hammered right now.
Oh yeah.
I Gerard this.
Can we call this section the the far end of the bar or something? It's got to have some more alcohol game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the dive where the elite meet.
This is the happy hour. Yeah,
this is happy hour. Oh yeah. So I heard this at the bar, and I didn't know this song was about fucking pool. The fuck, bro? Because the music video is like them shooting pool.
Right.
So this guy's he didn't know.
It's a bar rock song.
It's a bar rock. This is a section I'm calling dudes. First up, Damp from 1 year ago. Hell yeah, Borther. My ex-wife Deborah told me to stop listening to this song. I'm single now. I'm chasing all them lot lizards.
Damn, why are you letting that song again? I'm trying to go bad, dude.
Shut the hell up, woman! I'm bad.
Now he's sad to the bone.
The thing is, when you're hanging out with the lot lizards, you get to choose the music.
That's right. That's the best part. Danny 2 from 1 year ago. This is not a regular song. This is a battle hymn. The theme, melody of a special group of people, an elite, where the main requirement is badassness.
This is not a normal song like Mellow Yellow or some shit. This is a song that you fight people to.
Windy Bone from 2 years ago.
Your pee hole's so huge it whistles.
Yeah, you spin it around and it's like when you spin the plastic tube.
That's a windy bone.
Windy bone. This is what plays when you walk out of the bar after fighting with a bunch of dudes and you smake a cigarette and bottle of whiskey in your hand and the cheeks are staring at you. All right.
The cheeks?
It's CHICS. No K.
Oh, the chicks.
The chicks are staring at you.
I see.
Dies 1R4E 8 years ago. This is my personal song of man. Whenever I'm looking over my gun collection, going out for a ride, about to get in a fight, whatever, whenever masculinity hits 11, this song starts to roll in my head.
Whenever masculinity hits 11. He wakes up in the middle of the night. Oh shit, it's at 11. He starts bashing his head against the wall. And he's like, I gotta go take this out on some hapless stranger.
Steven Nations from 6 years ago. Healing the sick, giving sight to the blind, turning water to wine, walking on water, loving the world so much he was crucified for our sins. Jesus Christ is bad to the bone.
Amen, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go chase some lot lizards and then go to cowboy church at the truck stop.
Thank you, Mr. Nations.
Bambi Pardis, It's a Right song from 4 years ago. Yes, a biker named George said, Bambi, you don't want me riding you on my Harley? I said no. Well, 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots. You're down on the floor drunk. Same as 2 glasses of beer and a shot of whiskey. You all wear alcohol shirts. Mine? I don't drink my Jägermeister tequila. I wear a McMinnville hoodie and then a rock concert shirt ever since. What beer alcohol shirts invented TE, and then it just cuts off. I'm like, she died. That was her liver gave out at that moment and died. I just love the phrase. Everyone's wearing alcohol shirts. It's like, yeah.
I met this guy. He told me I shouldn't get drunk and got on the back of a drunk stranger's motorcycle. And I said, fuck that. I want Jaeger and tequila.
This would be like, I figured the comment section for this one's got to be like all drunks.
Oh, well, lots of people with a lot of confidence, too. Peter Garcia from 1 year ago. I grew up like this. The pressure is immense. The expectations, crippling.
To be bad to the bone? The expectation to be bad to the bone?
I am a legend in my hometown for being a badass and running with the greatest badasses in the history of my hometown. Cool doesn't stop at Fonzarelli. I was accused of being too cool for school in the 3rd grade. Which, if he's referencing Happy Days, Arthur Fonzarelli, you know he's awesome.
Mr. Garcia, you are too cool for school, my friend.
And he's like 65.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
He's thinking about high school and middle school. I used to be a badass in the 3rd grade. Well, I had respect back then.
When I was 8.
Ozymandias, NIK, from 4 years ago. Song was my asshole dad's favorite. He was a bitch. This is my song. I do not hit women. Good. That's growth. That's family growth.
Wow.
We applaud you, Ozymandias, that you're not like your bitch father.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But you kept his taste in music.
Oh yeah. He's taking it away from him, you know.
Yeah.
You know what's not bad to the bone? Hitting women.
Fuck no.
No.
Not at all. This one's great because there's a 2 years elapsed between these two comments from the same person. So
circle back around.
They love
back.
this song. They fucking love this shit.
Henry, the Great American, from 5 years ago. I was 7 years old, and I got caught masturbating by my grandmother while this song was playing in the background. Great comment. Very evocative. We love it, Henry. Well done.
Yeah, killed it. Killed the set.
So that was 5 years ago. 3 years ago, he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Update. I am now 40 years old and just got caught masturbating by my stepbrother's wife while this song was playing in the background because I forgot to turn off my webcam while interacting with realtimehamsterlive.porn.
That is a lot to take in. That's a lot of information.
I just thank you for the update. Like, he came back to tell us.
It's like one of those, like when a band puts out an album 10 years later, it's like, they still got it? It's like
maybe. They don't call him the Great American for nothing, man. Henry's on it.
I think he's been trying to get caught masturbating to this song ever since the first time.
What this song means.
That's probably
when
true.
I put it on.
He was 7 the first time, and it crossed some wires in his brain, and now,
He's 40, still jacking off to George Thorogood.
Everyone knows this is my whoop-off anthem.
Jamie F. from 1 year ago. George Thorogood or whomever reads this post, if anyone does.
George Thorogood is certainly reading this post.
Oh, yeah, with great interest. The blue glow of the computer screen reflecting off of his gigantic teeth.
He's not alive anymore, is he?
No, he's around, and he's got the biggest chompers I've ever seen. It's crazy. I was like, that can't be real. And then you go back and look at old footage. He's had him the whole time. If anyone reads this post, back in the day, I was so young and I fleeced so many people. People are easier than hell to trick, especially when gambling on billiards. I really think that you would have liked my style, George. Anyway, peace and best wishes for you and all yours.
Hey, George, I'm a pool shark, buddy.
I'm a pool badass.
All these look what you did to me. Look what you did to me. Your song is the anthem for my shithead lifestyle. Look at me.
Mark Gelbart from 2 years ago. Where are you, Steve Wakeford? This song reminds me of you from 30 years ago. Sing the song to these lyrics. Her boobs were so big. I mean, they were really big. They were big. Her boobs were so big. I mean, they were really so big. They were big. Also, don't forget to vote for Judas Priest to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year.
Okay.
I love that. Was great. That's so doesn't even go with the fucking song.
When he was typing,
he literally,
like he had like this slyest little smirk on his face.
Oh, he was having a grand old time.
Like, I am being funny right now.
Could not believe how funny he was being. But then also, like, hey, don't look. I know we're having fun here, guys, but look, fucking Judas Priest isn't in the hall yet, and that's bullshit. All right?
No, I just said a hilarious thing.
He broke character for a second.
He did.
If we could be serious for a minute, I think Judas Priest should be inducted in the fucking, like, who cares?
Look, it's fucking bullshit that they put some guy from the 20s that I've never heard of in there, and Judas fucking Priest isn't in.
All right.
Dave North from 6 months ago. This song had to be removed from the jukebox at the Rainbow Trail Tavern in my small town in the hills. Every weekend, someone would announce that this song was written about him. Everyone else in the bar would beg to differ, and the bartender would wind up knocking the piss out of both of them. It was exciting to watch him ply his trade on both sides of the bar. I love a bar that you go to watch the bartender fight people.
I heard this. I've told this story before on the podcast, but I do think it's funny. This one guy said he used to live in Chicago, and he would go into this bar that he didn't like, and he would purposely play Prince's Purple Rain, like put $20 in the thing and played Purple Rain nonstop, and then people were like, "God damn it, this is like the 7th time they played it," which it struck me as bullshit because everyone loves Purple Rain. But I think that's funny to play the shit out of a song until people get mad.
This one is Joe Jimmy from 2 years ago, and this is a Joe Jimmy story if I've ever heard one.
Oh yeah.
One time, the dude dating my ex asked me about his girlfriend. How is she? Did you like it? And I said, yeah, she's fucking sweet. 5 minutes later, I got a hair crack in my skull from his boots.
It was fucking sweet.
But notice he's using the active tense. It wasn't like she was a good girl. I enjoyed my relationship. It's like, no, she is sweet. I know she's your current lover, but we're still going at it.
That shit was a noise.
Yeah. So he says 5 minutes later, I got a hair crack in my skull from his boots, and then I blacked out totally. And then he just kept destroying me. He broke.
Now I comment on YouTube pages.
He broke 2 of my ribs. I had a knee injury. I had a hematoma in my stomach. And that's how he spelled it. But I still got the blowjob 1 week later from the chick.
Nice.
It took me 4 weeks to recover, but what can I say? It was worth it.
Right before he said it was fucking sweet, did he hear that?
No, he did. But here's the thing. This is where it's going to change from like, you're like, oh yeah, that's a good story. And then you're like, okay, this is kind of fucked up because there's still more. So... It took me 4 weeks to recover, and it was worth it. That dude learned his lesson later next year. I sent a picture for Christmas with the girl's face with my dick in her mouth, and I heard that guy was planning to propose to that chick around that time, so I thought it's perfect timing to let him see that pic. Put the date on there, too. Well after they started hanging out. So I think they had a really amazing Christmas.
Jesus.
And I wanted to note that he spells Christmas the same way the Zodiac Killer spells Christmas, with 2 S's on the end. So
how many likes on that one? Do these have any likes?
I don't think so.
I'm sure that guy checks.
So, you know he does.
And finally, T-Nuclear Chili Cheese Onion Rings.
This is such a cross-section of America.
From 3 years ago. T-Nuclear Chili Cheese Onion Rings, which sounds delicious. I would eat that. From 3 years ago.
There's a special breed of shithead here.
Guess who's 10?
What's the most awesome thing you can think of? Onion rings with chili cheese that are hot.
Shit is nuclear and it is fucking sweet.
So this is, from 3 years ago. I'm surprised I have no criminal record. I discovered the subtleties of adolescent mischief early in life by escaping the playpen when I was 2 and being found after an extensive search 3 houses down from the house, helping a neighbor with her gardening.
That's considerate.
I learned how to enter a locked house only 7 years later from the roof, not through a window. Check your roof. No one thinks of that. I mixed DDT with nitric acid, and it did not explode, so I left the bowl under the end table in the TV lounge of my parents' nursing home, and nobody saw the hole in the carpet till we were forced out by foreclosure, leaving my chemistry set behind. Good call, because I was refining rocket fuel components in pop cans at that time. The gas station would not sell me the kerosene I needed for the rocket fuel. I bought a flash bulb with a 9-volt battery to class in 4th grade and found out how to make 15 girls scream at the same time. The nun running across the classroom suspended me with a suggestion that I get my head examined. Mom complied, and I discovered that I had a huge problem with being smarter than everyone else and a serious boredom issue. No prescription for that.
What's up with all these old freaks being like, yeah, I was the most badass 10-year-old of all time, dude.
Before my life got immediately sad. Because the rest of it's like in and out of correctional facilities, working at a McDonald's for 30 years.
And your wife sucked my dick.
Yeah, and it was nice.
When I was
I sent a Polaroid to her right before Arbor Day.
When I was 11, just before coming to the U.S., I speared my brother above his eye with a tent pole. Later that year, I got my hands on a lawn dart and sent it sky high, nearly scalping my sister at a family outing at a park.
Holy hell.
1 year after moving to the States, I proved unsuccessful at putting out fires, costing the town of Wadhams, Michigan, a landmark 100-year-old wooden barn and my aunt's belongings.
You're just an arsonist.
I know, sir.
Oh my God.
It's like people are like scrolling through the comments of the section like, who's bad to the bone? Who's got the most bad to the bone story?
This nuclear chili motherfucker? He's pretty
nuclear
bad.
chili cheese fries.
I think that might have turned me around. So he burns down the barn. He says, I think that might have turned me around. Before I was 16, I had turned to harming myself by blowing my left eyebrow up, experimenting with bamboo and gunpowder in a county park.
Ooh, getting real dark, yeah.
Unaccountables. Well, this is all accidents. That's the thing. He makes it seem like he's like cutting or something, and literally everything he describes is just him like doing dumb shit with explosives. So, uncountable stitches from dropping heavy equipment on my hands under cars, a spider monkey attack in my own home that left scars on my face that'll probably cause cancer as quickly as DDT would have.
Okay, so none of this stuff happened.
Yeah. All bullshit.
Oh, self-inflicted wounds from doing a wheelie on my sister's bike, wherein the front wheel came off in mid-flight, crashing a go-kart head-on into my dad's Coupe de Ville, and regularly eating.
Sprained my ankle doing a backflip after I got a blowjob. Like, this is all bullshit.
Oh, and also I would regularly eat the jalapeno-covered nachos from the local bar.
Okay, badass.
So he did tie in the nuclear chili cheese onion rings by talking about some spicy food.
Dude, he told the legend. Yeah,
that's the only thing I believe.
He says,
exactly.
Altogether, I think I'm on my 8th life. By 25, it was a good time to get married and settle down. Since then, I spent much more of my time saving people from themselves, but I would be lying if I were to say that I completely stopped being a threat to society or myself.
I would be lying if I didn't say that I am divorced and I am an alcoholic.
Last line here. I don't do jewelry or tattoos.
Woo.
Coincidence? Bad in the bone.
Oh my God, man. That one was juicy. That was a juicy
and that is George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers with Bad to the Bone, our jam of the week.
The song of brain damage.
Yeah.
The mascot song of brain damage.
It's such a repetitive song that it totally makes like there is no nuance or complexity to the song.
No.
It is, the most complex thing is him going bad. Like that is So it's perfect for like it was a good choice.
Well, yeah, and I wanted to say shout out to Dr. Pat. That was his idea. Pat Riley texted me and was like,
call.
"Have you guys done Bad to the Bone?" I was like, "No, we haven't." So figured it was time.
Still can't get over big.
The boobs were big.
Dear Mr. Thorogood,
you might like this parody song.
Weird Al hasn't responded yet.
Yeah. Weird Al has not called. I will be exercising my vengeance upon him and the citizens of this fucking town that I live in. That's our program. Neil, please tell people where they can find you on the internet.
You can find me at neilcharles.com. Find me on Twitter at neilcharlesftw. And then on Instagram, Certified Hilarious.
Yeah.
It's all together. And that's it.
Hell yeah. And the podcast, Watches and Boomboxes.
Watches and Boomboxes, that thing that I do.
Yeah.
90s
Great
hip-hop review.
Shout out to our friend Jim Search, your co-host.
Jim Search, and
dude.
we have, how many? 3 episodes.
Yeah,
with Rivers.
Yeah, I talked about.
Hell yeah,
yeah. Y'all need to get these two on there because Sam's.
If you'll have us,
Sam is a much deeper. Got a much deeper knowledge base of hip hop than I do. I'm pretty.
I know about NFL jams.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, clearly he does. He's the one who told me about NFL jams. So, give Swatches and Boomboxes. Yeah, like I said, I got 2 Stankonia episodes and one about Deltron 3030.
Yep.
Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Kid Koala, Dan the Automator. Check those out. Carter, where can people find you online?
Carter_Glasscock on Twitter and Instagram.
Samuel.
Slam Harder on Twitter. Slam.harder on Instagram.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. And you can follow our show at The Goods Pod on Twitter, Facebook.com/The Goods Pod. The best way to support the show, head over to Patreon.com/The Goods Pod. The second best way to support the show, head over to Apple Podcasts. Rate, review, and subscribe. Show that attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, Daddy, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
See you next time.
Your wife sucked my dick.
It was nice.
It was big. The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.